At number 10, we have Saizo. So we all know that ninjas are cool. And what is he? A ninja. Automatically cool. This guy is also the retainer for Ryoma, which is a pretty cool status to say I'm looking out for one of the strongest characters in the entire game. However, one of the other aspects about Saizo that people tend to forget is that he has a twin brother, and I don't know why you would forget that because there's so much fan art about that, but the fan art is questionable if you know what I mean. And I'm not gonna get into it right now, but his personality is very different from Kaze. He's more of a serious, a little bit bitter, a little bit reckless kind of character, but it doesn't stop him from being very cool. Now, the thing about Saizo that really attracted me to the character, and I knew he was just gonna be a ninja and serious ninja, but the thing that it reminded me most about it was actually a game that I used to play, and actually one of my favorite games of all time. Not the best, but one of the top, in my list at least, was Tenchu 2, Birth of the Stealth Assassins. This game opened my eyes out. I think that's like the first time I really had a big like love for ninjas. I think this, I could say like a hipster. I liked ninjas before it was cool, but that game was amazing. The whole premise, of course, you are a ninja and you have to do stealth kills, so you have to try to get into the enemy, kill them without being spotted, because if you do, you're always at a disadvantage and you can always get killed. But the game is a really great game, so if you guys want to check it out, by all means. The main character in the game is called Rikimaru. Rikimaru, without any spoilers, eventually gets a scar and actually looks pretty close to Saizo. And that's why I like Saizo so much. He kind of really reminded me of that game. It actually brought me back. I kind of want to play the game again. However, guys, if you're not of age, I don't recommend it. It is a little bit graphic and a little bit bloody. Of course, it's not the best of graphics, so it doesn't even look that real, but I don't want to get you guys in trouble. However, it's still one of my favorite games. And I know Saizo does not have the most interesting, like, unique personality, because he's kind of that typical ninja that he's serious and a badass, I guess you can say. But just because he isn't the most unique thing in the game doesn't mean he's not a really cool addition to the roster in this game. Saizo is cool. That is the bottom line. He's a cool character. He is probably somebody's male version of a waifu, I guess. I don't know, but for my personal reason why I pick him at top 10 is because he just has like really cool demeanor, and it's like fire and water. When I think about Kaze and him, he's the fire, he's the flame, and I find him very interesting, and that's why we're gonna have Saizo at number 10. So at number 9, guys, as you can tell, Ocean's Great Waves is going to go to Silas, number 9. So Silas, there's not much for me to say about him. Most of the time I've reclassed him as a paladin. He's always been a very reliable character to have, and not only that, he is the father of my number 1 waifu. That will be Sophie. So am I breaking bro code? Well, yes, technically I am. But have you guys seen Sophie? She's so cute. Also, if you marry one of the children, then your children would even be stronger. At least that's scientifically, Fire Emblem speaking, logic, I guess. But while I was looking for things to talk to you guys about when I was doing this video, especially for Silas, because there's not much to say. He's just a really good guy, very reliable, nice guy, but nothing extremely out of the ordinary to say. He's just very devoted to you and he cares about you. If you're the female version, he wants to marry you too. If you're the boy version, he just wants to be your best friend. But it's cool either way. But what I was saying, when I was looking for things, I found something interesting. Here you go. Silas with his hair down. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please pick up your jaws. I know he's a pretty good looking dude. I've been looking for who did this edit because I thought it was amazing. Amazing. The it just I can't even speak. I can't even speak right now. But tell me, you guys, if you guys know who did these edits, please let me know. Link me to their Tumblr, their Deviant, or wherever they made these, because I want to see their other works. This is amazing. And just like that, one little change of a hairstyle and the character went from like a C to like everybody wants to marry this guy, even if they're males. Let's be honest, he's a pretty good looking fellow. But Silas overall is just a great guy. That is the bottom line. Mr. Surf the Great Waves. He is a cool guy. He is reliable. I used him a lot in Conquest more than anything because I really, like, things there were doing a lot of damage to my party, and I think I just didn't have the best boost and boom and bane on my avatar. So he made up for my lack of knowledge playing that, and I did okay. So just wanted to let you guys know this is why Silas is number 9. And for number 8 we have no other than Niles. So you guys might know, or you guys might not know, that Niles is actually Leo's retainer. Now, the story behind all that, you guys can obviously look it up, but the short brief part is basically he was abandoned, he became a thief, and he was in a gang of thieves. They got caught, and Niles kind of just asked for his own death after becoming the scapegoat to the entire gang, where Leo was like, you know what, I can use you for something else. How about you become one of my retainers? And he said, yeah, sure, why not? After that, he became completely devoted to Leo, which is a pretty cool thing to do, I guess. But there's not much for me to say of why I really picked him. Of course, I will break it down, because originally, Niles was not that important to me as a character. I didn't really see him that out there in the sense of like just me being drawn to him, especially with all the fan art out there. And trust me guys, all you have to do is go on Google Images, write his name, and you will see things that maybe you don't even want to see, or maybe you do want to see, depending on what you're into. But I didn't really get much of an interest for his character. He just became this thing that people were just fan servicing. But it was only in Revelations, when I was playing, that I started like digging his conversations, like little by little. His conversations with one of my other waifus, Camila, were very interesting. I started to really understand him, and that's when I started to really like him, to be honest. And that's why he climbed up to number 8 on this list, is because I got to know why he was this way. I got to understand the type of like emotional, like, he's probably one of the deepest ish characters that I've come across in Fire Emblem of recent years. I will say, by just like this whole storyline, the way he is, the complexity. He's a very like a character that's gone through a lot, and I mean a lot. Maybe I should change the tune of the music for this. Let's go a little. There you go. That's a little bit better for you guys. But he just went through a lot, you know. And I'm not saying I went through a lot, but there's something that you have to find a connection and empathize almost with how he is. And not only that, not only was he this way because of his past, but he explains it later on. He lets you know why he feels that he wants to find the joy in the pain, right? It's like that whole mentality about like smiling when you're at your saddest, or neglecting the fact that you're hurt by thinking it's all good, or putting pain onto others. However, I just love that he was just almost very real, in my opinion. I feel like he could have been somebody I've hung out with. He could have been me. He could have been you. He's just a very reliable, like, relatable guy. He really is. And that's what I personally liked him. Not only that, he does have a pretty cool class. he is an outlaw, which is pretty close to the trickster slash assassin thing that we used to have in Awakening. I love his getup. I love the fact that he uses a bow, and I love the pairing with Camila is amazing, amazing. I honestly will always put them together from now on. I just think they're perfect for each other. And making Camila an adventurer, which is Mr. Niles' class, is also pretty cool. You guys seen her in my battle videos, so you guys already know. But there's not much I can say besides that. I would just say probably out of all the characters that I have in this list, this one, when it came to the depth of the character, the depth of it, he's so deep. He is so deep. He is so real, and he probably should be higher if this was on like my emotional attachment to a character list. But just for the top 10, he's definitely an 8. And I definitely recommend, for those that don't know, try doing the pairing with Azura or Camila, and you'll get to know more about him. And he's not just some killer slash kind of crazy dude. He's a lot more than that, and I really hope you guys give him a chance. Anyway, guys, I've been rambling for too long for this one, but I also just had coffee. But this is why Niles is number 8. At number 7, we have Keithan. So, not much I can say once again about this character. I don't really use him that much. I do like his support conversations. He's a pretty cool guy in that sense. But one of the biggest reasons why he's even higher than everybody above is because this voice actor is the same voice actor that voiced Gaius. Yes, that guy we hear in the corner. This guy right here. Gaius. This is Gaius. Gaius from Awakening. And I love Gaius. So, hearing his voice again, definitely a charming part of the whole experience about discovering that's the same voice actor. However, I know the voice actor has made other voices too within the series, so I shouldn't be so attached. But the way that he talks with Keithan, it's like the closest thing to Gaius, and I love Gaius. You guys already know I love Gaius. Also, his personality is super easygoing, and that's really cool if you think about it. But what a lot of people don't know is that he's also vicious, guys. Not just PvP. I'm talking about this guy has eaten humans. He's claimed that if his clan was attacked for their fur, he has eaten humans before. He's supposedly thrown a bone to Ryoma, letting him know that, you know, as proof, I've killed people. And in his 8 conversation with Perry, he does admit that he does enjoy killing humans, which is not a way that we've always portrayed this guy. And a lot of people, I don't think, know this, unless you're a diehard fan. But I love the fact that he can go from super easygoing to a vicious beast in a blink of an eye. But he's also a very cool design, I will say. And his daughter is by far probably one of the most beloved in the series. I haven't used her that much, but maybe I'll use her later on. But I think he's very cool. If there's more I wish they did with him, I wish he was a little bit more part of the story. I know he's kind of a side thing-ish, but he's cool. And I love his voice once again. His crits are amazingly hilarious and cool at the same time. But that's why I picked him at this point. And I recommend, guys, one of the conversations right now that I've been really into and I'm thinking about pairing him is with Charlotte, I believe. It's just really funny how what he thinks is precious is not the same to other people, and I thought it was very funny and witty and cute. So you guys might want to look into that when you see it. And I'll leave you guys with this, because why not? You know you like it. Look at him, good looking fella. He's just checking himself out. Anyway, guys, that's number 7. At number 6, we have Ryoma. So, what can I say about Ryoma? One of the most overused characters in probably the entire series. One of them, of course. He's not the only one, but there's just nothing I could say that you guys don't already know. Is he awesome? Check. Yes. Is he cool? Check. Yes, which is kind of awesome. But is he strong? check, double yes. This guy is the leader of the Hoshido side. Basically, he is amazing, and his way of dodging, his sword that can attack 2 spaces, he's just a machine that cannot be stopped by any regular means. He's just awesome, and we all know that. However, I'm one of the rare people that has not played Birthright from the beginning, right? So I jumped into Conquest and then I went to Revelations, so it's a little different for me. However, the big thing to say here is that I didn't really like Ryoma at first. I felt his hair was exaggerated. I thought he was a Super Saiyan 3. I thought that maybe he looked like a lobster. Everybody says this, you know? And it really pulled me away from the character. I didn't really like him that much. Not in comparison to Xander, right? So, what changed, right? Why is he in my top 10? You'll say, BadGuy, if you don't like him, then why is he here? Well, here's the thing, guys. If you play Conquest, there's a chapter where you see Ryoma. And I swear, I felt so many emotions. I really felt bad for choosing the other side at that point. I felt so... You guys don't understand how bad I felt. I was so torn. I was like, why did I do this? Why didn't I stay with my family? And I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I'm not going to spoil anything. But definitely play it. I had a whole other level of respect for him. I really liked him as a character. I felt really bad. I felt like I betrayed myself in a sense. And I wish there was another way. But I don't want to spoil it too much. If you do guys know what I'm talking about, definitely you must agree. I felt so many emotions, and I never felt any emotions for Hoshido overall, for the most part. But Ryoma is real. You know, he's real about his words that he says, you know. Unlike many other characters who will say one thing and mean another, what Ryoma says, Ryoma does. What Ryoma means, Ryoma does. He's a guy that does what he means, and he means what he does. And I respect that. In PvP, however, I don't like him too much in PvP. But the character himself, what he was really about, the honor, the morals, somebody that, you know, would not give up, right? And I respect that. He deserves this spot. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, you just don't like Ryoma, please play Conquest again and tell me otherwise, because he's amazing. He's amazing. I love you, Ryoma. I just don't like you in PvP. But that's Ryoma at number 6. Number 5, we have Asama. Obviously, has a bit of a resemblance to Brock, but that's okay. Overall, once again, he's one of those characters that originally I wasn't that into. It only took time for me to get into the character, especially his conversations with his child, Mitama, by the way, are hilarious. So if you guys haven't paired them up already, please do. You won't regret it, I promise. And it's super funny. However, there's other things about Asama that I like. Besides his personality, his witty remarks. He does come with pretty good stats, and most of the time you picture him and he's just like, I'm just a healer, right? I'm just a healing dude. Like, what am I gonna do? But you know what? Why don't we cut to a clip and I'll show you why Asama is number 5.
Oh snap, 8% crit? Are you serious? Wow, Asama! Wow! Oh my god! Asama, please. Okay, I'm gonna die here. Ooh, that crit. That's rest in peace for me. Oh, the miracle! What? What is this? Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Number 4, we have Tsubaki. So, Mr. Perfect himself, perfectionist, self-proclaimed perfect character of the game. Once again, he does come off arrogant, obnoxious even. We have to agree on that. And he has gotten on the nerves of quite many characters actually. Starting with Hannah, since she has to work so closely with him, being the retainers of Sakura. But Tsubaki, like, once again, it's not a character that I was introduced to in the beginning because I'd never played Birthright. So, well, I never played Birthright till like very, very late. So I really got to get to know him in Revelations, and in Revelations, I didn't know how to feel originally about the character. I was like, he's a little full of himself, but later on I just found it entertaining. I found it that it was pretty amusing to see his crits and his way of conversations with supports on other people. But then you get to know the character and you get to know why he thinks he's perfect. It's not really that maybe he believes it so much that he feels like he needs to become it by saying it a lot because of the legacy of his family. And I get it. If any of you guys have like family that expects you to do amazing because they did amazing, there's a lot of pressure in that, right? And maybe I find that relatable as well. Overall, he is a good looking character, pretty fun to use. I personally reclassed him as a master swordsman.
There is only one God, and his name is death.
And there is only one thing we say to death.
Not today.
Samurai to that, and he works out great. Also, his personal ability is amazing. I believe it's something like plus hit plus avoid at full HP. So as long as you keep him at full HP, he's always gonna have that little extra, which I think is great. It's great because it's awesome for PvP. In my opinion, you give him a renewal or anything else to regain HP, then he will always have that, so he can have that avoid and hit thing. If anything, I guess, you know, you can always give him even more avoid, and he might be an avoid monster. I don't think he would ever be as good as Ryoma, but he's definitely going to be pretty up there in dodge sense. Also, he is the father of Caldori. Spoiler alert, in case you haven't made him have a kid yet. And Caldori is pretty closely resemblance to Cordelia, as we know from Awakening, so that connection is pretty cool. It is kind of a little weird that they look so alike. I was a little bit like, but then at the same time, it's like, it's okay. But yeah, I mean, there's not much to say. Really great ability, interesting personality. Of course, once again, not the most unique, but definitely relatable, and definitely, I guess, follow the formula to like the other characters that feel like they have to be perfect because of the legacy of their family and so forth. But that's why Tsubaki is number 4. At number 3, we have Leo. So, why Leo, you guys must say? To be honest, I'm not even that big into mages myself, but I just thought Leo is super cool, and maybe because he has a resemblance to one of my favorite characters of all time, which is Marv. And come on, how can you not like Leo? He's also very cool in the game. He's the type of character that kind of pushes you to want to be better. He's a very smart character. He's not so much about just reacting as he is planning. He's, depending on the storyline, would stop you and be like, hey, you might want to reconsider this and try a different approach, because if you go full on, straight on, you just be leading into a trap. So he's a pretty smart guy on his own. His magic potential is really good since he has the specialized weapon for himself. I believe it gives him it's like a skill triggering thing. I'm not 100% sure here, but it's good. It's good. I think it's like if he gets damaged by magic, there's a chance of it going back or something like that. Not 100%, but he's very useful. He's great, to be honest. In Conquest, he was amazing to have. In Revelations, I didn't really use him much, but I still love him, and I still want to make him a Grand Master. He's a pretty cool character. to say the least. He does have a little bit of an evil aura, which I kind of like, since there's not many evil characters I do like in the game. He does have a little bit of an aura for that. He's not evil, I know, I'm just saying. And also, he's a good looking guy. Like, just check him out right there. Just, come on. Ladies, you're in love. Admit it. I'm almost a little bit in love. I don't even know. But he's really great. I really like the design. Honestly, before the game came out, I was like, I want him on my team. I need to have him on my team. He's probably one of the big reasons why I went with the North side. From the get-go, I was just like, I really like his design. I'm not too crazy about him being a mage, but this is literally, guys, the reason why I got Conquest over Birthright. Him, this single guy, and he's great. He's great. I mean, what do you guys think about him? But this is why he's number 3. He looks like Marth, and he's a smart character. You actually care about him. Of course, he's also pretty strong. He has a really good ability as well. I believe if the opponent is injured, you can, when you attack them, you'll be a +5 attack, and then you get -1 damage in return if they're injured, which is a not the best ability, but pretty useful for PvP. So that's why Leo, or Leon, depending on the version that you're playing, is number 3. At number 2, we have Mr. Xander. Xander is amazing. Honestly, I didn't think I would like him, and I think I've said that a lot, but I really didn't think so because of just like the way he looks. Yes, he looks like a paladin, so that was great for me, but like the hairstyle, I feel like not many animes, not many games could even pull off this hair. It's a very realistic kind of hairstyle in a sense. It's not just edgy, spiky hair down or back or whatever. It's a different type of hairstyle. It's more, I guess, noble, which fits him perfectly, by the way. And Xander, not beyond his appearance, he's kind of like the opposite of what Ryoma is. Ryoma is samurai with really long, exaggerated spiky hair. This guy Xander has more of a calm, realistic hairstyle, also being blonde and just representing, I guess, the medieval style of what Nor is, which I find it very appealing because I'm all about knights and stuff. I've always been into that. I watch Game of Thrones and things like that. But just Xander is great. Now, as a character for PvP, he is amazing. He's amazing in the story as well. I think he helped me get through Conquest and Revelations because he's just so tanky. He's great. Honestly, he's very, very, very good. Now, we have to talk about also his sword. His sword is like Ryoma's in the sense that it can hit 1 and 2 ranges. So him as a Vanguard is so dangerous, so good, and he can retaliate really, really well. Xander is no joke, and he's number 2 not just because of that. He does play the big brother role to the max. Now, while I feel Ryoma is more of a sheltering-ish kind of brother, I felt that Xander is a little bit tougher. It's a little bit like, hey, get better, hey, get stronger. The enemies won't let you get away with that. You will die. You gotta train harder. You gotta train harder, and I respect that. It's like the tough love that I love, I guess. I don't know. But Ryoma is just an amazing character. We have to agree. And of course, there is plenty of people that love him for the way he looks. He's a charming fella, he is. But he's number 2 for me because he became the most reliable character in beating the game, and he's really good in PvP. Also, a very unique styled character. There's not many characters that look like Xander from anything I've seen, to be honest, and to be just very unique in that sense. Now, his personality is something different, but his style of drawing, like the way he looks, it's very unique, and that's why he, Mr. Xander, is number 2. So guys, number 1 is not Takumi. What do you guys think? Are you guys for real? Come on. Come on, guys. You gotta be with me on this. How in the world would it have been Takumi? It's beyond me that you guys would believe that. Breaks my heart, to be honest. But it's actually my boy Kaze. Kaze is number one. And if you guys really believed it was gonna be Takumi, then this is my face right now, guys. That's my face. Can't believe it. You guys thought Takumi would be number one. If you guys believed Takumi was number one, then you guys are definitely new to here. But Kaze is number one for a billion reasons. Unlike many of the other characters on this list that I grew to like, I originally just liked Kaze since I met him and he joined me in Conquest and then Revelations. I really like his design. I like his attitude. He is Saizo, but the Saizo you want to hang out with, and if you're a girl you probably want to marry. He wants to take care of you, be with you, protect you. He's your friend. He's always there for you. He is the bro. He looks cool, and his quote, one of my favorite ones, is "The pain will pass." It's just amazing. Literally one of the first characters I was like, this character is amazing. And every time I had dialogues with him, and I've had a friend or two that married him, they were just telling me how awesome he is. I even went as far to be like, hey, if I make like a female Corin, I might marry Kaze. I haven't yet, but I might. Kaze is cool. He's cool. Look at him. That pose he just posted up. He is so cool, and that's why, guys, he is number one. Number one. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little top 10 males of Fire Emblem Fates. And I hope you guys liked it. I would like to actually know, what is your favorite, guys? Do you guys have a favorite? Give me your list in the comments below. And also, guys, if you did enjoy this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Do it for Takumi or Kaze. And please make sure you share it. The more you share this video, guys, the more people get to know about the stream and the channel and the things. And let me know if you guys did enjoy it, please. Now, this is BadGuy J saying enjoy yourself, take care, and thank you so much for hanging out with me in this very long top 10. Take care. Bye-bye.